Hello, welcome everybody to today's webinar. Another great webinar brought to you by B2 Broker and Finance Magnet. We do have some great speakers here. We got Pavel and Alex who will be introducing themselves in a moment. In the meantime, please grab yourself a glass of water, get yourself a coffee, relax, as this is going to be a very informative webinar. Hello and welcome. Before we're going to start, just a few rules. This webinar is going to be 45, 50 minutes long. During the webinars, you're welcome to ask any questions through our live chat or Q&A sections. We will be answering this at the end of the webinars. This webinar, however, will be available on Finance Magnet and B2 Broker social media channels, YouTube, on demand. We will also send everybody a follow-up email at the end of the webinar. And there we go. I think these are great. So without further ado, welcome. Alex, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do for B2 Broker?
Of course, thank you, Ramsey. So greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex. I'm Chief Strategy Officer of B2 Broker Group here. I'm responsible for formation and overseeing over the strategy execution. Well, I will give you like a little bit of my background. Basically, I'm from regulatory institution and I'm partially responsible for all the challenges financial market faces now. So basically, I was involved in international standard setting activities like Basel Committee and IOSCO. So also we have here my colleague, Mr. Pavel Manjosov, who is our Chief Legal Officer.
Yes, yeah. Hello. Thank you, Alex, for that. You are the expert in this. You are the license guy, as I heard. And yes. Then we have the legal guy, Pavel. Pavel, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for introduction. Hello, guys. My name is Pavel. I'm from B2 Broker Group team. Actually, I'm Chief Legal Officer and work with Big B2 Broker more than 5 years. So I'm actually in charge for several licenses on behalf of our group. Mm-hmm. And actually I'm on the licensing side, so I will try to share with you my thoughts about how to get the license.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Okay, gentlemen, welcome again officially. Pavel, Alex, maybe you guys gonna tell us a little bit about how to overcome this licensing challenge that we see day to day, especially with newcomers and new brokers.
Of course. So, Pavel, please.
Yeah. So, guys, actually, we will start from the main topic of our webinar. So actually, we want just to start from this, that you really need to get the license, what it means. So for sure, it's you can work without the license, and I'm sure some of our attendees, they know about it, but license give you ability to be fit and proper, to be absolutely, to have a lot of advantages actually in this business. And for now, license give you ability to be absolutely transparent and clear with your clients. So we definitely understand that license for today is crucially need for the business, for the FX business.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. Licensing is very important, and we need to kind of highlight that one more time. I think, Alex, license is important.
Yeah. I will tell just one thing, if you operate without a license, you may end up in jail, especially in US or European Union. So yeah, I don't think
there's a bad outcome. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I think I will continue and give you some understanding of how the international and local regulation works. Basically, there are 3 layers now of regulation. The first one is international standards. After the financial crisis of 2008, on Pittsburgh Summit, G20 just made a declaration that it is absolutely needed to harmonize all legislation, in order to provide, efficient and stable market. So we have a couple of international standard setting bodies like IOSCO, International Organization of Securities Commissions, which is responsible for the standard setting in securities market and FX market. Basically, this organization comprises over 20, maybe 25 committees. Each committee has like its own aim, like for example, corporate governance, market risks, market conduct. So like each aspect of brokerage activity. They meet together like 2 times a year and just try to draft comprehensive guidelines for the regulator across the globe. It's the first layer. Second layer, it's supranational legislation. Here I will give you an example of European Union. Basically, there are 27 member states. But for example, if you have a directive like MiFID II or the regulation, it's like a law, but not for each country, one country, but for the whole countries in a row, like 27 countries. And the last layer is local legislation. So you always need to be compliant with that. But what my thought here, why I'm telling that for you, basically, if you want to understand how regulation really works and why local regulators made, I don't know, some rules, you just need to go to IOSCO websites and just read international standards. Then you will understand, okay, corporate governance, here, how is everything structured? And that means you will be prepared for almost any jurisdiction.
Great point there. And then who are these brokers, or what type of brokers there is in this case to be taking advantage of this harmonization? Yeah, this is the next slides.
Well, I can't say that they are taking advantage, but the thing is, basically, there are a lot of types of licenses, you know, depending on clients, depending on models and so on. But the one most important thing is whether you operate as a STP model straight to the market or on the broker dealer or market making model. The first model basically works like that. You take clients' orders and just send them to your liquidity provider for execution. You are not taking any risk on yourself. This is the easier way to operate. On the other hand, if you want to get like full-scale market making license, you can execute clients' orders by yourself using your own capital. In that case, you'll need to have, you know, a proper risk management, technology, people, and well, it's high risk.
Take a lot of resource and it's going to cost a lot of money. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Follow-up question. I think we discussed this off air before we go live. I was saying that maybe in this case, I think the best licensing for especially newcomers will be STP, in your opinion, yes?
Absolutely, absolutely. Later, I will give you a Cyprus example, and the difference in costs like 7 times. So yeah, absolutely. For newcomers, STP only.
STP, okay. Okay.
Let's go next. So let's proceed to core part of our webinar. So key requirements. Me and Pavel, we basically tried to analyze whole jurisdictional, not whole, but sort of, and, you know, just get like some requirements which you will face everywhere. And I will start with most important one, capital. Basically, it may be implemented in 2 ways. Share capital, where regulator just tell you, okay, guys, just invest $1 million and you'll get the license. And second one is regulatory. Regulatory will be much more complicated because you take your assets and do like assets minus liabilities, but your assets should be risk-based. What does it mean? For example, if you invest 1 million in junk bonds, that means that, well, formally you have that 1 million, but for the regulatory capital calculation, you don't have that 1 million because, you know, this asset is not good. So for that, basically, you need to find a good accountant and a good risk guy if you're a broker dealer, but good accountant for STP will be enough. But he should be like super professional because this is very important for the regulator.
And those hard to find these days, I'm guessing.
Yes, but not impossible.
Not impossible. Nothing is impossible. Pavel, how about management?
Absolutely. So actually, it's like as Alex just mentioned. So the management is really important for the for this business. So, for example, yes, okay, we right now like we speak about the financial officer or like accountant, back office. So this is really important because financial officer should understand how it works and know how to make a report and how to provide all this information for the regulator. For sure, management is CEO. for when you plan to start this, like to get the license, so you should understand that like some part of your team, some part of the management should be on your side. So some chief executive officer should be okay, like he'd be fit and proper. So what it means, so he should he should have proper education and experience, and he should be absolutely like clear for the regulator. So for sure you should have compliance officer. It's quite okay, like it's quite unique and quite general point for the any legislation. So you should have like compliance officer who should understand how it works. He should know what the system they will need, how to provide exactly the same like report for the regulator, because it's quite often when the compliance officer is more responsible even when the CEO. And for sure, like risk officer, maybe some internal and external auditor. So they should be as well, but it can be like on the, it can be like outside.
Yeah, thank you for highlighting that, because we do see nowadays most of, like big brands out there also kind of ignoring this part where the importance of having a good management team, a risk manager, and so forth. So yeah, this is very important. Thank you for bringing this up, by the way, which brings us to the next one, shareholders.
Shareholders, yeah, exactly. So when you start the business, so your shareholder or like ultimate beneficiary owner should be absolutely clear and transparent with the regulator, what it means. So they should provide all the experience, all the source of wealth, source of funds. So it should be absolutely like enough with the level of investment for this company. I mean, like for the investment to this company, for example, like for the share capital initially, and how to maintain this company to further. So it's really important for the regulator as well.
Yeah, as in any business, shareholder always is a key.
Absolutely.
And who are those names on the paper? Yeah,
absolutely.
Infrastructure.
Okay. Yeah, infrastructure. Well, we all know that nowadays, like, financial business is mostly IT business. You need to have like in order to be competitive, you need to have a trading platform, back office, CRM, a lot of IT stuff. You need to understand where your hosting is, how your data security management is compliant with the regulatory standards. So here, what I can say, basically, we in B2Broker developed like the best products on the market, and we will be able to support you here with comfort letters and just provide you, the best solutions. We are well known to the most regulators, and I believe that our support, may help you to at least speed up the process of acquiring the licenses. So, Pavel?
Yeah. Guys, regarding the substance, actually, for the last 3 years, I suppose 3-4 years, substance means a lot, what it means. So for sure, it's like when you start the business, so you should have like a physical office, because it's really reliable and it's really important like to provide it for the regulator and for your clients as well. For sure, you should have a proper website, which is like absolutely like enough and really show like all your business with details. So for sure, you should have like some phone numbers, because it's really important. And sometimes regulator, should see all of these really tips, but in many cases they should see it. And the main point right now is like to have the bank account, which is give you ability to actually like to work with and actually as a financial instrument, which give you ability to work with your end users.
Most of brokers actually kind of disregard this information that you just say in our physical office, it is important not only for regulator but clients as well, because clients today are not the same client 10-15 years ago. We got there's more education tools, more awareness going on. There's a lot of websites out there who pinpoint those brokers who are just virtually, they got a website, but there is no physical office. That's why it is actually very important, not only for the regulator point of view, but also if you want to consider growth and, getting forward, you need to have those things. Yes, totally agree on that one.
Exactly. And by the way, actually, the list of service providers and some vendors, they will ask you about the physical, about the substance as well. So it means not only for the regulator, but for your partners, for your end users, for everyone, it's really important. So you're absolutely right.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, guys, regarding the AML, so it means here several like products, several services which you should provide, and you should actually like to show the regulator that you have it with your company. So it's QAC, QAT, QAB, but it's not the and so all the services for now, you have like a wide range of service provider in this area, so it's not a problem absolutely like to find the company who can provide you like separate these services, or you can find the company who can provide you like a key solutions, like a ready-made solution, and which will include all these services in one in one package. This is the first point. And the second point, actually, when you provide well-known company, well-known vendors for the regulator, it shows that you absolutely, you are like the share risk. So you are like show that you work with the leader of this market, and with the company who exactly have the knowledge, and have the really best knowledge how to do it.
Okay. Most important part. Again, I think this is all important, but I'm trying to define which one is more important. It's just all of them are so as you guys put it, it's a core requirement.
Kind of works together.
Yes.
So needs to have everything. So in terms of risk management, I'll just be very fast. If you're STP, you don't need to put a lot of attention on that. If you're a broker dealer, that will be a help for you. So basically, you need to choose vendors, you need to hire a good team, but you should always take that into your attention. So then information security. Well, we all know that in European Union a couple of years ago, they implemented the GDPR law. So you need to protect data of your clients. So you always need to be ensured that you are compliant with that legislation. You have like a database which is in line with all the regulatory requirements. Basically, that's not so difficult, but you must not forget that.
Yes, we are, as a media outlet, Finance Magnet, very familiar with this, and we have a whole department dedicated to personal data. Just putting it out there for you, for your information.
Exactly. Regarding the corporate governance, so I suppose this part is you can like take from the agent. So this is quite a common and actually quite like more or less is general thing which you can get from the agent without like a problem here. So regulatory and financial reporting. So actually here you can for sure it's like the best way if you have like own like financial officer who can like provide and like to prepare all these documents. But in any case, you should have the professional on outsource, for example, which gives you ability to promote it properly, to make it properly for the regulator needs. So regarding the information disclosure, it's like you absolutely should be transparent with the regulator, and you can show and you can actually reflect all these points on the website. In any case, it's like you can give, for example, even the link on the regulator's website, which will show actually it's like the name of the company, the name of the license, and so on. And regarding external audit, it's quite simple. So for sure, it's like it's like the best one if the auditor is like the local company is the first point, and the second point, but it's like actually the main one, this company should be well known. So like before it's like sounds good, but in any case this company should be well known for the regulator and
preferably
for the broker.
Local one,
absolutely,
local to the regulator. Whatever you're going to get the license, you want to try to get the Cyprus license, which we're going to demonstrate in a minute. Then we need to find an audit from Cyprus, which is preferably with a good reputation, of course.
Absolutely. It means a lot because it gives you ability to to be like a really in a good side.
Yes.
So regard
Alex, Pavel?
I suppose this is my part. So here is we just like make like a really in general, so the list of the broker over the world. So here is we specify the tier 3, tier 2, tier 1. So as you can see, so a lot of brokerage for sure they are like in some really, you know, like well-known jurisdictions such as UK, Cyprus, Australia, Japan. But for sure, it's like you see that the still is like the company which is okay, like offshore, but they still is existing, and they are absolutely like, you know, like really good in this business, and they have like a lot of brokers. So
Yes.
this is just like in general. And yes, this part is you know, like it's more on your side. So here is we just like want to share with you so how you can actually operate when you get the license. So you can, you know, like it's like 3 ways how you can do it. So you can do it like when you make it by own team. So you will have like own risk manager, own compliance department, own I don't know, like maybe dealing financial and something else. But it takes it, you know, like it should have a lot of investment from your side. So
take a lot of resource, time,
exactly.
and also it's not always the case to be a successful one.
Absolutely. So it depends. For example, if you are local and you like, for example, like get the license exactly in the location where you like live and understand how it works, so for sure it's like you have the ability to do it. But if you, for example, like go to some market which is okay, you understand how it works, but you're not sure with, so better it's like our recommendation, okay, advice, that you should find a proper agent who can give you the, you know, like some small tips, some advice which gives you ability to get this license properly and in time for sure.
Of course.
And the like hybrid system actually is like when you just like mix it, you know, like when you just like have the own team and you like take some services from the agent. So this, you know, is like some mix.
Because usually agents, you know, they hold the key to some doors that a local team cannot unlock it in a sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mention that, but it's true.
Unfortunately, it's true. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will just finish this part, like just 2 advices. So we have like more here, but all of you, you know, can soon look through that presentation. So the first advice, always conduct a full-scale research. You should properly understand the jurisdiction, understand all the legislation, because for example, Hong Kong, Tier 1 jurisdiction, everything is clear, but under problem. CFD are prohibited on Hong Kong. And if you would start this process and then you would realize that CFD are prohibited, well, that may cause a huge problem. And just second advice, so always use your service provider support. We are quite experienced, and well, basically our mission in B2Broker is to help you grow your business, and we will help whether we can to acquire your license.
Yes, it is a mutual partnership at the end of the day. You know, research and a service provider is going to help you speed these things up and hopefully to get a successful result at the end of the day. Speaking of research, I'm putting it out there for my for Finance Magnet Intelligence Department. We do have a full department dedicated to conducting research and analysis. And you know, if you guys looking for a good market research, maybe you should send us an email, and then we can help you out with, as Alex said, getting to a new market require a lot of research. You need to know the license, you need to know the rules, the local laws, the local do and don'ts. Then with the help of B2Broker, the service provider, hopefully these 2 can actually bring you the result that you're looking for.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, awesome.
So now I would like to announce what kind of interesting stuff. So basically, our legal department conducted a huge job. So we analyzed 35 jurisdictions and tried to make a full-scale description like of every requirement of timelines and so on. So this table is already published onto our websites. You can see like useful links and FX licensing requirements. We will try to always keep this table up to date. It is not designed. So our core idea was not to, create something nice looking, but to give you proper information about, ideally about whole jurisdictions in the world.
I did. Can I stop there 1 second, Alex? I did go over this list, and I'm gonna tell you, this is like, use my language, a hell of a report. This is well detailed and unbelievably pinpoints every single information out there regarding the regulators, the country, the whole type of license. So thank you so much for sharing this. This is an amazing report, just to put it out there.
Thank you, Jan.
So I will give you a little bit, info about how we structured the table. So we have a column country, which is a country, basically jurisdiction, registration authority and regulator. Sometimes they're the same, but registration is for company formation and regulator is, it's your supervisor. Type of license, where we try to state all the permitted activities and instruments. I will give you Cyprus example a little bit later, so you'll understand this. Tier of the jurisdiction, like we artificially but divided jurisdiction into 4 tiers. Like the first tier is United States, and the 4th tier is Vanuatu, for example. Then taxation, of course, taxation is kind of important because that helps
very
you
important.
To,
yes,
the most important.
The most important when it comes to regulators.
Possible costs and terms of acquiring the license and requirements. So this table, we will be enhancing that for all time, I think. So and now I think we will just show you like 2 or 3 jurisdictions. Like we will give you example how to use this table, and we'll tell you about the jurisdictions. So
please, yes, we are all eager for you to explain this table. It is very important, as I see. We have, by the way, many attendees are actually asking about this table. I'm getting like 20, 25 requests. So take your time, Alex, Pavel, to explain this.
Sure, I can actually, it's like, I suppose we can start from Mauritius. Actually, it's like one of the jurisdiction which is quite well known for today. And actually, it's if we speak about the level of this, I mean like a tier of this license. So it's a quite good option for the newcomers, I suppose. So you can start like with this license for sure. It's like it gives you ability. It's more or less fast. It's like it takes maybe 2-3 months, but still this one is it's more or less it's good for the newcomers. So the idea is actually like when you get the license, so you will get like 2 type of license. So the initial one is like global business license when you just like register the company, and the second one is like full service dealer license. And actually it's it gives you ability to work like SSTP model, as we mentioned before, as Alexey mentioned before. So for sure, this jurisdiction have the taxation, and actually it's about like 3%. The cost is more or less medium, I suppose. I can say like medium, and the requirements which regulator like have to this license is absolutely, I suppose, acceptable on the business side.
And how about the Cyprus one? Maybe we jump onto this because I'm getting questions about, for some reason, many of our audience is interested in Cyprus as well. So,
of course. So, basically Cyprus was the capital of brokerage world like a couple of years ago. Now, of course, when we have so strong competitors like Dubai and future, I think it will be Singapore. So Cyprus, somehow it's a little bit lesser now, but still one of the, the strongest point for brokerage business. So what we need to understand here, first, Cyprus is a member of European Union. So as I mentioned before, Cyprus need to be compliant with the European Union requirements. Basically, this is MiFID II, Market and Financial Instruments Directive, and MiFIR, it's second directive regarding the reporting. Approximate costs for Cyprus vary from 125 to 700, depending on whether you do STP model or the market making model. And what you need to understand about Cyprus, well, Cyprus is not fast. Cyprus will take you a couple of months at least to get the license. You need to have all the documents prepared. You need to have 4 directors. You need to have substance. You know, it's like European Union, so it's very rough legislation there. But what advantages Cyprus give you? Basically, European Union is unified market. So once you establish your entity in one of the European member states, you will be able to pass their so-called passportization procedure. Like, you don't need to get license in each member state of European Union. You can just do passportization, which is much easier than acquiring additional licenses, and conduct your operation across the whole European Union. So
yeah, that's why I'm going to say, if the Cyprus one, yes, it is the harder than the let's say the Seychelles or Mauritius license,
much,
but it gives you access to the European zone, which is, an open market. It is a big market out there, and you can't overlook it. So that's why Cyprus, I think, that's why everybody's requesting how to acquire a Cyprus license in this case.
Yeah. Here I need to say, like, gentlemen and ladies, if you're a newcomer, you should choose something easier. Like, that's my advice. Mauritius, Vanuatu, But if you are sure that, okay, I'm ready to spend a sufficient amount of time and money, yes, Cyprus is ideal.
Cyprus will be your next move.
Yes.
Yeah. So for sure, it's like, if
Yes.
you start, so you can start with something which is maybe like a bit smaller, and you just like start, like this business. But actually, it's like you can do it in parallel. So it gives you ability, for example, like to start with something, to see, okay, like how it works, what this service provider, who is liquidity provider, how, what the best way and model for you. And after it, so when you will start this Cyprus story, so you will have like at the end of the day, so you will have like exactly what you need and what you are ready to work with.
Absolutely.
And if I may I will ask Pavel, also there is one more interesting jurisdiction, Labuan. It's, let's say, a part of Malaysia. So some countries, they have like, for example, United Arab Emirates, they have a free zones. Like, you can establish mainland company in United Arab Emirates, or let's say DIFC. And requirements are somehow different. So the same applies for Malaysia and Labuan. And Pavel, I think that you should tell and share this information. That's quite interesting in my opinion.
Absolutely. Actually, Alexei is really good to mention about the UAE. So this is actually really interesting if you are, core and focus zone is like the MENA region. So it's really good one. So you definitely should
consider it.
Yes, consider it.
But let's leave some of those mystery questions to the clients. Send you a direct request. So Alex and Pavel will have a time to go over all these questions. I'm still getting a lot of questions over here. Most of them asking about how to access this document. Maybe we should do it one more time.
Absolutely.
Go back to B2 Broker website.
Absolutely. So this here is like a main page, and actually it's like useful links, and you can just like go down and like open this like FAQ.
So there you go. Your answer, Ihab, Victor. You go to b2broker.com, useful links, and then just click on the link that is on the website. This is available publicly. Yes, it is access everywhere. There is no restrictions. You can go over there, and have a look and see which one is more suitable for you. I think we start getting some questions here. All right, so here we go.
If you start,
I think we may proceed to question and answer session. So
okay.
Yeah, Pavel, Alex, because we're getting a lot of questions, and I want to make sure to be fair to everybody, so we can have this very, very good question from our audience is happening now. Okay, we have a gentleman here is asking, you guys mentioned during your presentation several popular jurisdiction for FX business. how small and medium FX firms or even startups can understand what is right for their business?
Oh, well, I will take liberty to answer this question.
Yes,
So,
that was
that won't be easy, that I can promise you. Basically, first, what you need to consider is the amount is possible costs. You need to understand, like, okay, I'm ready to put 1,500,000, just how much you are ready to put in. Then you just need to, well, Google is a magnificent tool. So you use Google, you just conduct research by yourself. That I strongly urge every business owner. Before you give task to agent or your partners or your employees, just do that research by yourself, because you sometimes may find like a lot of interesting details when you are doing that yourself. Then when you understand, okay, I'm ready to put 500K and I understand that Mauritius or Vanuatu, let's say, then just proceed with Google, use our table and just look into that, like, okay, if I get license in Mauritius, what market can I access with that? Yes, so basically, yeah, that's all, like 2 points, Google and cost calculation.
Okay, I have another question here from Ihab. I hope I pronounce your name correctly. Ihab is saying here, would using a law firm help in preparing such a document?
Yeah, exactly. So this is like when we speak about the agent. So we exactly mean the like some like legal company who can exactly specify it and focus to like to help to get the license. So this is absolutely like acceptable and really a good option for the client if they think about the obtaining license.
Okay.
And here I may say that, sorry for cutting you off. Here I may say that we are prepared to give our recommendations in terms of agents with whom we work by ourselves. So we in B2Broker, we are not like helping to prepare the documents or get the license by ourselves directly, let's say. Though we provide technology, liquidity, and well, our expertise, and can give you personal recommendations if you will need it.
Okay, for those who keep still asking the question, Victor, Michael, Ves, everybody else who is keep pouring in now, yes, this document plus the slides and everything else will be sent to you as a follow-up email after this webinar. So I hope that answered everybody's question who keeps sending the same question. The presentation, the document will be available for everybody, and we will send it to you as a follow-up. I have a question here, but I don't think that is related to you two guys. It's more like a marketing question. They're asking here, how a broker should resolve Google and Facebook limitation on CFD advertising? Is broker should have a license on each of these locations?
Oh, well, that's a good question. So basically, you don't need to have license everywhere. Remember, I told you about European Union. So if you have a license in European Union, that means that you will be able to provide services in whole European Union. If you have a license in Mauritius, it will be more trickier, and here you need, let's say, non-standard approach. For that, I strongly urge you to speak with legal consultants, because I know there are several ways to come up with that. Yes. So
I was going to say,
in this case, we also can give recommendation whom can help with this.
Yeah, but there's a several way to advertise, as you say. Yes, speak to your legal team, your consultant, and they will give you the right answers. Another question, very interesting. I think this is important because there is so many out there who's confusing license and where to use. We have here a question say, can I operate in the EU with a license from Mauritius or Vanuatu? I think I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Vanuatu. Yeah. Actually, I can answer. Yeah, I can answer here. So for sure, it's like you can, but as we mentioned before, so it depends on the on the requirements. For example, like it's like Vanuatu can work with the EU without like no problem, but it depends. For example, like if you have, for example, like a Cyprus company, and if you can like take, for example, like liquidity from the Vanuatu company, if your regulator gives you such kind of the I would say ability, like, and okay, like they can accept it. So it's with our pleasure. So it's like Vanuatu can be like your liquidity provider or something. So it depends, you know, like it's really exists a lot of variant how to use this company in your business.
And may I just add some information here, like as a boring PhD guy, basically my dissertation was on this topic. So now,
please.
Okay, basically, look, most of the countries now are members of WTO, World Trade Organization. So there's a concept called service delivery. So you can deliver your service across the border. Now, if you have a license in Vanuatu and you deliver your service across the border, which means that your client just go to your website, register and put money to you, this is okay. But if you, for example, open an office in UK, or not UK, in France, let's say, and tell guys, I'm just delivering CFD products without a license, well, that may lead to imprisonment. But you can do it like from Vanuatu only in electronic way, without like establishing a presence there. It's the first point. Second point, that's tricky. It's regarding advertising. So formally, advertising on financial services, specifically in one country, if you don't have a license, is, well, a little bit illegal. But nobody will be doing like that oversight and trying, you know, to cut you off. So just don't put a physical establishment.
Well, it is not recommended, because in a shorter term, yes, that will be a case, but believe me, you don't want to go to that road. So it's the best to do when it's come to advertising. I think it's better to acquire a license, and that will give you a peace of mind at the end of the day. You and your team, you know, it is a must. I think getting a license in this case for advertising or for even, you know, operating in any jurisdiction, licensing is the key. But can I ask you one more question? I think we have time. We have a question here from one of our participants. He's saying, okay, let me rephrase it because it's a bit out of thing. During the licensing, during the acquiring of the licensing itself, the whole process, what support you guys do? You know, how you support your brokers?
Well, in several ways. Regarding the, let's say, legal and other support, Pasha will tell, and then I will tell about like technology.
Actually, yes. So in this case, we can give you like advice. We can support you. We can give, for example, like some kind, like help you on the roadmap, on your roadmap, how to get the, for example, like some, for example, you know, like some services from us, which is like infrastructure, which is like maybe like some kind of like a software which you need for your regulator, which you need to show. But we do not like support you with the obtaining the license. So it's better to, okay, we can make like the introduction for the proper agent who exactly focus on it. So it's much more efficient on from our side, that you will like work with the local agent who can exactly the main idea to get the license for you.
So they should expect a full support from you guys.
Yes, it's not support, advice, I suppose.
Advice,
advice.
Which is in a form of yeah. I'm going to hold you guys to that, because we have another questions. It's keep coming. I don't know. You guys have anything else?
Yeah,
in your schedule, like, because we have Stefano is asking like a really a good question. I think we take Stefano and the rest of the questions. Stefano will be the last question. The rest of question, I think we will just follow up with you guys. So apologies to everybody. The question is, what is the big difference between SVG and other Tier 4 licenses, except for getting, of course, the bank account?
If you don't mind, so let's say I will answer on this question. So yeah, guys, if we speak about SVG and, for example, okay, like even like Vanuatu or some other one, so Vanuatu have the license. SVG unfortunately have no the license. So in this case, we definitely like advise like to have the license. I mean, like for example, like it can be, it's much more better for your name of your company and for your business, because license give you ability at least like to go to and open the bank account and to work with the really reliable service provider and vendors and liquidity provider for sure.
Okay, awesome. Okay, one more. This is it. This is the last question we're gonna ask you. Sorry, guys, because I think this is very, very related. Two questions. I think both of them, it's a similar somehow recommendation for jurisdiction to issue a crypto license. What's your recommendations?
Crypto.
For a crypto license, yes.
Well, it depends basically on a business. Okay, Pas, you can.
No, it's okay. Actually, it depends. You're absolutely right. So you can ask like our sales manager about it, and they can like give you like some examples. But actually, it, you know, like if you speak about the crypto, there is not so okay, like, you know, like so difference of the jurisdiction where you can get it. But from other side, for now, it's, you know, like you can see a much more variant where you can get. So for now, for example, you can go like and get the CASP from the Cyprus. You can go like a FASP from UK, Bahrain, Estonia, Lithuania, and so on. So actually, there is, you know, like some variants. So and you can, but it depends for what from your needs. For example, if you like focus on the exchange, or maybe you like want like to work as a wallet provider or something.
Yeah, and I need to add here, like if you're looking into European Union, I strongly urge you first to read something called MiCA. It's a new legislation coming up in 2024, and the regulation in European Union, including Estonia, Lithuania, will be much more tougher than it is now. So I think that either Middle East countries or some Asian countries you can look into. Also, Mauritius has a new law, and it is finishing supplementary legislation, so you may look into Mauritius. But ideally, yes, better to, you know, we need to understand the business.
I think, yes, that's what I was going to say. The best solution in this case, you guys need to get in touch with B2 Broker team. They will schedule a call, a meeting with you guys, and then, you know, go over all these details and give you the right advice as they, you know, as they do, as always. Speaking of that, Pavel, Alex, is the best way to reach you guys? How we should?
Well, through our sales managers. So you just can leave a request on the B2 Broker website, B2B and Pay website. And then, yes, you just state your request, speak with our managers, and yes, if you have any questions to me or to Pavel, of course, they will tell us this question. We can schedule a call, a meeting, everything. So, yeah.
Awesome. So you hear it here, b2broker.com or B2Pay, and ask for a chat, for a support, or send an email to the support team, and they will get back to you and, you know, try to provide you the quality service that they do, as always. Pavel, Alex, do you have anything else you want to add at the end?
Well, I just wanted to say that there are two important things. First one, you always need to be fully prepared. Just imagine two cases. The first one, you come to the regulator and they're asking question, okay, where's your office? Okay, what's your business? And you think, well, I'm gonna just create retail exchange office. I didn't think about that. And the second thing, you come to the regulator. Okay, gentlemen, I have 10 team members. This guy is CFA. This guy has 10 years experience with Binance. It's just for the sake of discussion. Yes. My office located here. My service provider, B2 Broker. Here's my B2 Core. Here's my mobile application. I have everything in place. And well, no regulator will ever refuse to give you a license, because they will see substance. They will see that you are prepared to provide the good services. And the second thing I wanted to say, yes, that, well, we here in B2 Broker are fully committed to help and support all our clients and future clients and help them grow their business. And we provide technology, comfort letters, any advices. So don't hesitate to come to us, and we'll help you with, we have a huge experience. We have like 7 licenses now, and like a lot of which are in process. So yeah, we'll be able to share our pain, let's say, and our experience. Yeah.
Yes, sharing the knowledge, sharing is caring as
Exactly.
always. Pavel, Alex, always thank you so much for joining us. Speaking of being prepared, well, be prepared to meet B2 Broker at London Summit on 21st and 23rd of November. You guys going to go to London Summit. I'm guessing your team will be there as well. For the one who's are asking there about this panel, it is called the London Summit. It's going to be between 21st and 23rd of November. B2 Broker will be there. You can buy, You can speak to the guys. The guys are pretty straightforward. We'll help you on spot with whatever question you have. Thank you so much again. Thanks everyone for joining us. We will follow up with everybody in email, as I mentioned before, with the slide, with the beautiful presentation that you see here, and as well as the documentation on their website. Plus, this video will be available on demand through our channels and B2 Broker. So don't forget to share. Sharing is always caring. And thank you so much. Till next time.
Thank you. Thank you, Ramazan.
Have a nice evening, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.